One heartbreaking scene after another. South Florida says goodbye again and again and again. Of the 17 victims shot and killed by a lone gunman with an assault rifle last Wednesday at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, 4 were buried today. And as those heart-wrenching services were taking place, hundreds of students and parents were also gathering at the school today to share their collective grief. Tonight we have team coverage on a community in mourning, beginning with CBS 4's Amber Diaz, who's live at Stoneman Douglas tonight with more on what's happening there. Amber?
What a day. Well, first things first, I think the viewers should know under any other circumstances we would be a little bit closer to the crowd, but out of respect for the people who are mourning here tonight, their families and the victims, my photographer and I decided to take a safe space back, a little distance back, but close enough to let you guys see what's actually going on. So if you take a look over my shoulder here, this is right in front of Stoneman Douglas High School. Now, people started gathering here today. As soon as the road opened, Pine Island Road here, we have dozens upon dozens upon dozens of people who've come out here tonight. And of course, Sunday is supposed to be a day of rest, but that's the last thing Parklanders and basically people across the city, out of state, out of the country have come here to pay their condolences. We have small groups here. We had some people who were talking over the microphone today. Lots of tears, lots of hugs, and it's very, very busy. The street's still very active, a long stretch here, and as far as the eye could see, you could see there's just dozens of police. We have media here as well, but of course we are trying to stay a little bit further back out of respect for people here tonight. There are a few funerals, of course, that are going on today, and we were able to talk to one young girl, just 9 years old, who was out here with her family. Take a listen.
They were too young, and they shouldn't die because they had a whole life ahead of them. Some were they were on their last year and they were going to college, so it was really, really sad.
Today, I know there were a few funerals today. Do you want to say anything to their families?
I would say I'm sorry for your loss. Like, your children were really, really young, and they shouldn't die at such an age that was so young, and it isn't fair at all.
Such incredible, just remarkable amount of people out here tonight. Now, we will be able to speak to a few people as it starts to get less crowded. We're going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Amber, thank you. Now, as we said before, there were 4 more funerals held today for 3 of the teens who were killed and for one of their teachers. Family and friends in Boca Raton paying tribute to Scott Beigel, the geography teacher and Navy vet who shielded his students from gunfire. Scott leaving behind a wife and 2 kids. A tribute also today to 14-year-old Jamie Gutenberg, who talked about becoming an occupational therapist. Total strangers coming out to her funeral today in Parkland. Another funeral held today for 15-year-old Luke Hoyer, who dreamed of becoming a basketball player and who, like so many kids, loved video games, McDonald's, and his dogs. And finally, a service held for 14-year-old Alex Schechter, who was remembered for so many things today, including working so hard at his music to be part of the marching band. Alex's mom sadly died at an early age, which is why Alex leaves behind a dad and a brother who also survived the shooting.